You're doing everything right, eating the way you always have, pushing through workouts, trying to stay calm, focused, balanced. But lately, your body isn't cooperating. You wake up already tired, even after 8 hours of sleep. Your brain feels foggy. You're reaching for caffeine earlier in the day and more of it. By mid-afternoon, you're crashing. And the weight around your middle, it doesn't respond to workouts like it used to. Even the things that used to work, the green smoothies, the meal tracking, the HIIT classes, feel like they're failing you now. And maybe you've started blaming yourself. You wonder if it's stress, or age, or maybe you're just broken. But here's the truth. This isn't failure. This isn't aging in the way you've been told. This is the hormonal shift that starts quietly after 40, sometimes even earlier. And the wildest part, most women going through it don't even know it's happening. Your estrogen and progesterone are changing, subtly, then dramatically. And those changes affect everything. Your sleep, your energy, your weight, your mind, even your identity. But what if this wasn't something to fear, but something to understand? Because when you understand what's really happening inside you, you stop fighting your body and you start working with it. And it all begins with one of the most overlooked tools you already use every day, food. We're going to talk about how to eat for your changing hormones. Not with rules, not with restriction, but with rhythm. And by the end of this video, you'll know the exact shifts your hormones go through and how to support every stage of that shift through what you eat. We'll talk about what your blood sugar has to do with your hormones. It's more powerful than you think. How one nutrient you're probably not getting enough of can protect your bones, your mood, and your metabolism. And why the old advice of just eat less and move more can backfire hard after 40. So if you've been feeling off, if your cycle is changing, your energy is dipping, or you're just not bouncing back like you used to, keep watching, because your body isn't broken. It's just speaking a new hormonal language. And today, you're gonna learn how to listen. For most of your life, your hormones followed a reliable rhythm. Estrogen would rise, followed by progesterone, keeping everything in sync. This delicate balance helped you sleep. It kept your metabolism strong. It cushioned your moods, your joints, even your bones. But in your 40s, that rhythm changes, and it doesn't happen all at once. Ovulation becomes less consistent. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. And without ovulation, your body produces less progesterone. That's your first real shift. And you feel it, not just in your cycle, but in your sleep, your anxiety, your ability to cope with everyday stress. Because progesterone is the hormone that grounds you, calms you, keeps estrogen from becoming too loud. But when progesterone dips, estrogen becomes erratic. 1 month, it's surging. The next, it's barely there. That's why some days feel fine, and others feel like everything's unraveling. You may start to notice PMS you never had before, cramping, insomnia, mood swings. Your cycle shortens, then lengthens, then disappears altogether. It's not random. It's not chaos. It's your hormones shifting gears, preparing for a new phase. This is perimenopause. It's not a mistake. It's not weakness. It's your body rewiring itself for the next chapter of your life. Not an ending, a shift. But here's the thing. When no one talks about this shift, it feels like it's only happening to you. You're not alone. Millions of women are navigating these changes in silence, misdiagnosed, dismissed, or simply told to wait it out. But you deserve better than waiting it out. You deserve to understand what's happening inside you so you can work with it instead of fighting blind. Let's start with blood sugar, because this is where most women start to feel the ground shift under their feet. As estrogen and progesterone begin to decline, your body becomes more sensitive to blood sugar spikes. The muffin and coffee that got you through your 30s, now they leave you shaky, irritable, and starving 2 hours later. This matters more than you think. Because every time your blood sugar spikes and crashes, your body releases cortisol, your stress hormone. And in your 40s, cortisol starts playing a much bigger role. Cortisol doesn't just affect your mood, it affects belly fat, sleep, cravings, brain fog. So stabilizing blood sugar is one of the fastest ways to calm your system, and it starts with how you build your meals. Protein, healthy fat, fiber, and slow-burning carbohydrates, especially in the morning. A veggie omelet with avocado, Greek yogurt with berries and chia seeds, even dinner leftovers. Yes, really. This isn't about dieting. It's about building meals that work with your hormones instead of against them. But blood sugar is just the beginning. Because as your ovarian hormones decline, another system steps in to help: your adrenals. These tiny glands above your kidneys begin producing small amounts of estrogen and progesterone to back up what your ovaries are no longer making. The problem? Your adrenals are also your stress responders. And if they're constantly overworked because of lack of sleep, undereating, overexercising, or just life, they can't do both jobs. This is why so many women in their 40s feel tired but wired, exhausted during the day, restless at night, racing thoughts, tension in the chest. It's not just mental, it's hormonal. And the way to support your adrenals isn't with supplements, it's with rhythm, regular meals, restorative movement, like walk-in, Pilates, light strength training, and foods that nourish your nervous system, magnesium-rich leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate, complex carbs with dinner to help your body wind down. This is how you reset the stress feedback loop that's been running in the background, possibly for years. Now let's talk about estrogen and what happens when your body can't process it properly. Even though your overall estrogen levels are declining, you can still have too much estrogen relative to progesterone. This is called estrogen dominance, and it shows up as bloating, breast tenderness, mood swings, heavier periods, and stubborn fat around the hips and thighs. And here's what makes it worse. When your liver and gut aren't clearing estrogen effectively, it recirculates, amplifying those symptoms. That's why digestion and detox are key in your 40s. What helps? Fiber, from flax seeds, lentils, cruciferous veggies like broccoli and kale, and fermented foods that support a healthy gut: kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, yogurt. These don't just help your stomach, they help your hormones find their balance again. There's another reason your energy and metabolism may feel off, and it has to do with muscle. Estrogen plays a role in preserving lean muscle mass. So as it declines, we start to lose muscle faster, especially if we're not eating enough protein. Less muscle means slower metabolism, more fatigue, weaker bones, and a greater risk of injury. But the fix is simple and powerful. You don't need to train like an athlete, but you do need to feed your muscles, because they're your metabolic engine. The more muscle you preserve, the more energy you burn at rest, the stronger your bones stay, the steadier your mood, and the longer you stay mobile, active, and independent as you age. Prioritize protein with every meal: salmon, lentils, eggs, chicken, tempeh. Aim for at least 20 to 30 grams at each sitting. This isn't about getting fit, it's about staying strong, not just in your body, but in your hormones, your mood, and your longevity. And don't fear fats. Your brain hormones and cells need healthy fats, especially omega-3s. They calm inflammation, support cognition, and help regulate hormonal signals. Wild-caught fish, walnuts, olive oil, chia, and hemp seeds. If you've lived most of your life avoiding fat, this is the time to change the story, because your body is asking for nourishment now, not control. There's no one-size-fits-all hormone reset for women over 40, but there is a rhythm, and once you learn it, everything starts to click. Eat enough, eat consistently, balance blood sugar, support your gut, calm your adrenals, strengthen your muscle, and trust your body. This isn't about going back in time, it's about going forward with clarity, strength, and compassion. You're not becoming less of yourself. You're becoming a wiser version of you, one with the power to choose differently. So if your body feels unfamiliar right now, that's okay. She's not gone. She's just evolving. And with the right support, you'll feel at home in her again.